Good evening. It's the Man United agenda. I just want to apologise for running late. We said we'd go after the Arsenal game, and it's just me tonight. So we're just going to touch on a few things, a few transfer gossip, a few updates on news, injuries, and I haven't got Solo's 11, but I can ask you guys what you think. So let's get to it. Welcome, everyone. I've seen the comments from the outside. Big up to V. Big up to Solo. How you doing? Any reason we start later than usual? Yeah, the reason we thought to ourselves, let's do it after the Arsenal game. We wanted to watch Arsenal versus Inter. Just finished watching it. Unfortunately, Mr. B's not around, so I just thought I'd get started. I was waiting for him to come on. So just me and you guys tonight. After witnessing bizarre Martinez and Tyro. Oh my God, did anyone see that? The Tyro Mings just come back from injury. The guy is prone to sort of calamities, and he goes and picks up the ball like that. And you shoot the manager's face. Wow, that was something. Mix up one of the most bizarre things you've witnessed in football. Yeah, it's really crazy, really crazy. He must feel like a right wally right now. Why would you do that? I don't get it. Did everyone see that? Aston Villa lost to Bruges away 1-0, and the goal came from a penalty because Tyrone Mings, from a set play, a goal kick, picked up the ball stupidly. For me, is Wes Brown O'Shea saying, okay. Big up to V, said be patient, thank you. Of course, yeah, we always try to come on, guys. We do apologise for that. Iron Titanium saying, I just realised that Shortire on the thumbnail. Is he playing for this Greek side that we're playing in? Is that the guy? What a fool from Grace, says V. Okay. Let's just get to the main topics. V saying, fuck this for a laugh. All right, we're here. Unlucky Arsenal, says Tyrone. They did try their best to get back in the game. I was watching it, and I thought they'd done pretty well to try and force the game, but the Italians are so tough, aren't they? You go 1-0 up, you control the game, you see it out. That's what we want to be doing at Man United. And the Italians done it really, really well. A lot of shithousery as well, the way they were sort of going down very easily and sort of trying to wind people up. They're experts, the Italians. It's just something they do really well. That's in their DNA, isn't it? No matter what, even if you've got foreign players playing for them, they soon learn the ways of the Italian, the arts of war. Big up to Chat Sport. Good evening to you. Have the clocks changed again? Very funny. Stephanie, you are our resident comedian, no doubt about it. Big up to J-Dog. Big up, brother. I hope you're doing well. Do you think RUUD Van der Stroy's tactics will change for the new manager, or do you think he's going to do his own thing? Well, we've seen 2 games now, haven't we? And he's sort of first game, he kind of sort of something similar to what AMORIM's going to be doing. Second game, so it looked like it's RUUD's team. So I think RUUD should just do what he needs to do. You know, Arteta, our army. They are Arsenal fans are so fickle, aren't they? He's done so well for them, and now all of a sudden they had a bad run, a few bad results, and now they're calling for him to leave. This is what's really toxic. Some of their fan base, I believe. I don't think we like that. Even with our rough times with Ten Hag, it wasn't as bad as what we see with Arsenal Football Club when they were Wenger out, and now it looks like they Arteta out as well. Yes, sorry, I'm Titanium. I meant Stephanie's the funniest female in the comments, and you clearly, you know, with your joke book, are the funniest male, no doubt about it. Big up to Bilal, Jay, and Tyrone. Yeah, so guys, let's get started. Before we talk about the game tomorrow, I've just got a few things to touch on. Might be a bit boring, but let's just talk about this anyway. So, good news. Lenny Yoro, is back in training with the squad for the first time since the summer, since he suffered a fractured metatarsal injury. Yoro did not complete the full training session, but he's edging closer to a full return. And well, this is from Fabrizio Romano. He says AMORIM is looking forward to working with Yoro. So he's obviously been asked about that. So we saw it. Did anyone see the footage? I saw the footage today. Yoro had to go through the wall of death, the tunnel of death, where they run through. It's an initiation process, isn't it? And I thought he would have done that already because he was there pre-season. But he had to do it, came through unscathed, naturally. And so what he did, he trained with the squad for about 15, 20 minutes. And then he went to do some one-to-one sort of personal training. Because obviously he's on rehabilitation, isn't it? Metatarsal is a serious injury. As Tyron's saying here, it isn't a good injury. But these are the worst injuries. Rooney did it twice. Remember that? Was it in the Euro 2004? he had that injury, and I can't remember the second time, Tyrone. But yeah, you're right. He did have it a couple of times. I think it's more to do with the boots that they wear these days. They're not very protected because the metatarsal is on the top of your foot, isn't it, where your toes are, or just between your toes between your toes and the ankle. That's your metatarsal, that area there. He will play in the Europa League. It says Titanium. Jokes are flowing. All right, so 2004 and 2006, and didn't Martinez do the injury as well? So it's looking good for Man United. Look, over the last few weeks, we've had so many changes. We had Ten Hag go. We've had Euro come back in, the guy that we're really excited about, and now even AMORIM is chipping in and saying how excited he is to see him getting back into the side, and he's looking forward to working with him. More news, guys. Let's touch on this. Man United are planning a fresh move for Everton centre back Branthwaite in the summer, according to TalkSport. I don't think there's much to talk about there. We've touched on this so many times. Just bringing it up because we just got to fill some gaps here. And United are rivaling Bayern Munich apparently for Benjamin Sesko. Something wasn't it? Ralph Rangnick was sort of indicate that he would be a good player a few years ago. So we did touch on him. AMORIM also wants sporting players like Iheanacho, the centre back Usman, and the Swedish striker as well. You expect that, don't you? You expect the rumours, but there was a quote, I believe, from AMORIM regarding that as well, saying that he expects the Swedish striker to stay there for the full year to the end of the season. So I can't see any sort of transfer moves in January. Just Tyrone is saying here, AMORIM looks to be cool, calm, collected. His English is better than Ten Hag's. There will be no issues with him getting the tactics across. So do you think, were you suggesting there, Tyrone, that Ten Hag had an issue getting the tactics across because of his broken pidgin English? Is that what you're suggesting? I do agree though. I'm listening to interviews. His English is really good. He's a very cool character. And the more we research now, the more we're finding out how much praise he gets and how sort of highly regarded he is as a manager. Don't you think I know there's hot property. I mean, you get these hot managers, all the rage, but he's got a lot about him. I was reading today, doing some research, and he went to Braga, I think initially, but because he didn't have his full badges, he wasn't able to manage. So he ended up being an assistant manager, and there was like a dummy, like we give it politicians, a dummy guy as the face of the club. But really, everyone knew that he was actually managing the club. There was just some donkey guy just out on the front claiming to be the manager. What's that from Iron Man? Who was the villain in Iron Man who was very deceptive and behind the scenes and wasn't claiming that he was who he was, that sort of thing. So yeah, and then he done that. Then he got signed for Sporting, and they paid about 10 million euros for him to come in. And the same thing applied. He had to be an assistant manager initially because he didn't have his badges. And while he was doing that, he was an assistant, but everyone knew basically he was running the club. And so a lot of rival clubs complained about it, said, no, this is illegal. He's actually the manager of the club. But how can you prove that? It's very hard to prove. I'm Titanium saying, oh, the Fong song. Sesko. Yeah, Cisco. I said Cisco, didn't I? Earlier on. I thought Ten Hag's English was good, but AMORIM's is even better. I almost like it. It's almost like it's his first language. Seems more likable. The press will like him as well. Yeah, they'll be testing him, probing him as they do. He needs to be ready for that. It's really tough, isn't it, to deal with the press a lot of the time. Good evening, Simon Warner. How you doing? Good evening, Stephanie Griffiths, as well to you. I like Ten Hag, but my issue with him was that he was older than Pep and still trying to make a name for himself. AMORIM is 39 and will only get better. But does he lack experience? Maybe. He's very young. I mean, would the players respect him when he's not much difference in age? Only for 5-6 years. He's almost the same age as Johnny Evans, isn't he? He played for Benfica, says I am Titanium. He did. Time will tell, says Chat Sport. Man United have seen off some of the very best managers. Yeah, we have. Hopefully, this will be the one. Let's talk about this, about the stadium. Some news today, guys. I don't know what you think about this. Man United have put back a final decision on the stadium development until the next summer. United want to explore what is possibly possible to maximise the area available to the club, and are not expected to understand that fully until next spring. So that's from the Telegraph. Man United have officially revealed the findings of the survey surrounding the new stadium project, which 50,000 fans took part in. Vincent, did you take part in that? 52% declared support for a new build stadium. This is for the fans. 50,000 fans were asked. It's like Family Fortress, isn't it? 52% declared support for a new build stadium. 31 preferred redevelopment on the existing stadium, and 17% were unsure. We can't not do a poll in here, but imagine what do you guys think about this? So they've done a vote, and 52%, which is unanimous here, a bit like the elections yesterday. Well done, Trump. Declared they want a new stadium to be built. They don't want to build on the existing site. So that's quite conclusive, don't you think? So data showed the strongest support for a new stadium to be among current season ticket holders, with the desire for a new stadium increasing with the age of a season ticket holder. Younger fans lean towards more redevelopment of the Old Trafford. So these are fans who go to Old Trafford all the time. They're more qualified than me. I hardly go to Old Trafford. I've only been there a handful of times. So they know what it's like and what the experience is like. So they want a new stadium, basically. What do you guys think? I'm looking forward to the match. Yes, me too, Simon. Ineos have chosen AMORIM. Any players not on board with his methods will be offloaded. No more messing about, no, most certainly. And someone gifted membership. Oh, here we go. Guys, it's Rushmano. It's Rushmano in the house. How you doing, Rushmano? Do you want to say thanks again for this membership? Gifted 5 memberships to the Man United agenda. It's always available, guys, but Rush has gone and given us a high 5 and -5 memberships to us. So appreciate that. Rushmano, if you don't know, he's a friend of the show and big guy in the community of podcasters as well. Thank you so much. Enough respect to you. Everyone say big up in the comments to Rushmano if you can. Just say big up and enough respect due to him. Thank you so much. Anyway, Chat Sports saying upgrading Old Trafford is a thumbs up. We've got Simon Warner saying here, I read in the Daily Mail today that a lot of fans would rather see it demolished. Okay. I'm really surprised by that. I thought fans would want to stay in the stadium. I would never have guessed that that sort of amount of people would have wanted to relocate. V saying here, the prices for a one-off game to watch Man United are obscene. What does anyone know what the prices are? I sometimes get offered tickets in that. It's usually about 60 quid for a ticket, 50, 60 quid. How much are they, guys? What's the going price now? Boom! Yes, enough respect, man, due to our very own Rushmano. I appreciate you, bro. And thank you, says V. Thank you. That's from V to Rushmano. Thanks, guys. Big up. Yeah, thumbs up. Yes, all love here. You see, guys? You see? It's very nice. It's nice to be nice, and we have to show some appreciation because Rushmano has been very generous to our channel for sure. Rushmano, God bless you, Rush. Yeah, no doubt about it. I looked to go and a one-off 400 quid. Lord have mercy. 400 quid. You know what? It's not just that. It's the travel. Like for me, if I wanted to go to Old Trafford, the train return ticket on the train would be expensive. Then I'd have to spend the night in the hotel, especially the only tickets you can get usually are weekday games. You know, then you pay for a hotel as well, and then the travel, the return ticket is probably £100-something. Hotel is probably about £100 as well. If you're paying £400 on top of that for a ticket, you're talking a lot of money. And then you're not even talking about food and beverages and all that kind of thing, and memorabilia. If you want to buy something, it's an expensive trip to watch your team. This is why I've always said from 1992, my season ticket is my Sky Sports subscription. I like watching games at home where you can take it all in, but obviously going to a game is a different experience altogether. But is it worth it, guys? Are you a loyal fan if you go? Does that make you any different by sitting at home if you can't afford it? And are we sort of outpricing people now to go into games, you know? Especially the big games that people want to see. Here we go. I voted for a new stadium, says Rushmano. I love Old Trafford, but it's time for something new, sadly. Glazers have destroyed it over the years. Yeah, I don't know who's been there recently, but obviously we know about the leaks and the stand of the stadium. It's looking like it's falling apart. Mind you, watching Arsenal tonight, the San Siro looks in good shape. There was a time, I think it was the 1990 World Cup, when they knew it's such an old stadium, but it's a classic stadium. They've refurbished it and it looks back to sort of pristine condition, as they say. I really love this community here. Some really nice people, no doubt about it. V, yeah, it really is, really is. Prices are a bargain. You get a free shower. You get a free shower when it rains, no doubt about it. Yeah, that's right, that's right. The roof is leaking. Oh, here we go. So Rushman is saying my tickets average at £48 per game over the season. If I can't make it, the club has sold my ticket on for £250. My gosh, you can make a killing if you got a season ticket. Cheaper to watch the game in the pub with a few rounds with your friends. Yabba, it's not playtime now. Sorry, she's getting all excited. Yabba, if there's ever an opportunity to head up to Old Trafford, I'll personally drive us up to Manchester to cut costs. I don't mind. Oh, good. Tyron, I thought you were up north anyway. I thought you were up north. But yeah, we went on a road trip to the 5-0 game a couple of years ago now, wasn't it? It was me, Errol, Mr. B. Do you guys know Matt from what's his channel? Do you know Matt? He comes on the show sometimes. What's his channel called? Football United TV or something like that. Yeah, we all went on a road trip and it was a nightmare. I'll tell you what was the worst thing about it. We lost 5-0. It was a thing. On the way back, I wasn't even driving. I was in the passenger seat. But on the way back, I was just so knackered. I was freezing because it's like a different temperature up north, isn't it? I wasn't used to it. I was like shivering in the way back in the car. And I had Errol. Errol can talk. Solo. Errol can talk. And he's one of these guys, like, just on and on and on and on. And I had to say to him, Errol, please shut the fuck up. I had to say to him, because he was just going on and on. And that's made my experience really bad on the way back. I just want peace. Just leave me alone. Stop talking. It's one of them ones, But I love Errol. He's such a good guy. Anyway, I entertained and said, if you get a chance, it's worth it. Yes, for sure. Tyrone, I might take you up on that. Let's plan something. My last game at Old Trafford was Fergie's final home game against Swansea. Oh, wow. That's a long time ago, 11 years ago, Steph. There would be still worry of where our home matches would be played during the construction. Yeah, that's the big issue. That's a big issue. I don't know what they would do about that. Yeah, Errol, man. You know what he's like. And there you go. All right. More news, guys. More news. How about it? Let's talk about this. That was the stadium. Lenny Euro. All right, let's get into this. You won't be able to read this, so I'll read it out for you because it's very small. It's lastminute.com thing. So this is about the press conference to do with the game tomorrow. We're playing the Greek side. Here we go. This is one of the main bits that came out of the press conference. And guess who joined RUUD van Nistelrooy? It was our goalkeeper, Onana. He's a bit of a character, isn't he? So it was the two of them together. So Man United interim manager RUUD van Nistelrooy is unsure if he will still be at the club beyond the next 2 games. Obviously, new manager coming in. Don't know how you guys feel about that, RUUD. Do you want him to stay? If he's unbeaten, does that make any difference to you? Or do you think he's a good man to have around the club? Can we find a role for him with the way they're good on the budget? They're not having any sort of freebies, are they? You've got to earn your keep at Man United these days. The Dutchman was put in charge following the sacking of Erik ten Hag in October. We know about that. Van Nistelrooy, who was part of ten Hag's coaching staff, will oversee United's Europa League game against Hold on a minute, guys. Just one sec. Hello? Yeah, how you doing, Mr. B? I'm on right now. It's all right. It's up to you. I'm on now, but I'm talking to you live. All right, safe. All right. Guess who that was? guys. You see, look, that was Mr. B on the phone. It's now 10:30. He's saying, are you coming on tonight? So I'm on now, bro. All right, let's get back to it. This is the press conference business. Saying here, RUUD van Nistelrooy, as part of ten Hag's coaching staff, will oversee United's game against PAOK on Thursday and the Premier League clash with Leicester on Sunday. That's his last game before AMORIM permanent move to Man United on Monday the 11th, this coming Monday. It's difficult to comment on that now. I'm waiting for conversations to take place, said Man United's former striker Van Nistelrooy. In the meantime, the most important thing is getting the work done on a daily basis and in the game tomorrow in Europe. I have to say, I feel the responsibility to do well over the next week, and this is my job, and I'm focused on that. I welcome Ruben Amorim. I'm happy to help him, and that is the situation at the moment. So he's not giving too much away there. Ruud van Nistelrooy, obviously, we know we beat Leicester. We scored 5 goals. Amazing. We haven't done it for ages in the League Cup. And then we had a 1-1 draw, which turned out to be, I think it was a good result against a good side like Chelsea. Before Thursday's meeting with the Greek side, £52 million signing. Euro competed in training, having fractured his metatarsal. We know about that. We just spoke on that. And midfielders, here's the availability, guys. Midfielders Ericsson, Mount, and Anthony were also in training on Wednesday following injury absences. And but Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw remains unavailable. So it looks like Shaw and Maguire definitely out, but everyone else is fit. That's how we're looking right now regarding the team for tomorrow. Now, here we go. Some comments. Mr. B wants his bedtime story. That's a good one. You can send it to his face. He'll be on very soon. Mr. B's coming on, guys. So hang around. Rush Marlow saying, in your heart of hearts, can you honestly see RUUD making us better long term? I don't see it. Yeah. I'm to be honest, I'm glad. I think it's really professional that we got someone in straight away and didn't leave it, make a decision of sacking someone without having someone ready to come back in. And it was a good. I think everyone's happy, Rush, with the signing of Amorim. Seems like it's a promising manager. Rushmano, neither can I, says Tyrone. It's just like with Ollie, we love him because he's a club legend. Yeah, I mean, RUUD gets his respect. There's 2 more games under RUUD. We can win his matches before Amorim officially takes the reins. That's from Simon Warner, no doubt about it. Sentimentality is holding us back, says Stephanie. Yeah, it does. But I think that ended with Alex Ferguson getting chopped at the end of the season. I think that's a good decision, even though he's got an emotional tie for all of us at the club. I totally agree, Tyrone, as we've seen before with Ollie, says Rushman, no doubt about. Tyrone saying here, Luke Shaw will let Amorim down, and so will Mount. These guys will be offloaded. It's a shame their contracts just can't be bought out. And Rushman is saying here, RUUD staying will make Amorim's situation more difficult. Yeah. I think they've got to have a discussion about that. Let's see what happens. But we wish them well. I'm sure you guys have got faith now in the decision making. Whatever's best for the club. If we can do this to Alex Ferguson and say you're no longer going to be taking money for $2 million a year from the club for sentiment, I think all sentiment's out the window. It's all about being professional and making proper decisions now as a football club. 13 likes, thank you, Stephanie, and only 11 watching. So if you are watching, haven't pressed the like button, please fire away. All right, what do we know? Is it true then, guys, that Shotori is playing for this Greek side that we're playing tomorrow? Is that truth? I'm really underprepared today. We did say yesterday there is a player that's gone there, and we weren't sure who it was, but is it Sholateri, whatever? Is that the guy who's come in to play for the Greek side? Pep era coming to an end, yeah, and we're seeing Arteta lose as well tonight. I think it's there for the taking. Closing the gap it might not take longer than we thought. Pep got whooped yesterday. I mean, look, we talked about it yesterday, but yeah, I don't think it's really telling. I think Pep started with a centre back who didn't need to, a young guy, as if to suggest, look, we don't really care about this game. It's not too important. So we will soon see. We will soon see what's going on in that respect. And welcome, Mr. B.
Yo, bro. I just don't.
No, I'm not asking the questions, but Stephanie is. I can't remember what she said, but she said here, Mr. B wants his bedtime story, apparently. How are you, Mr. B? Is everything all right? Did you watch the Arsenal game?
I think that's why I'm late. It made me fall asleep. It made me fall asleep. That was the biggest shower of shit. I obviously chose the wrong game to watch. Yeah, I'm a hater. and I'm glad that they lost. But I fell asleep. I fell asleep. So blame Arteta for this one, please.
So the cure for insomnia is watching Arsenal Football Club at the moment. Mr. B couldn't sleep, said Stephanie Griffiths. Yeah, we just touched on a few things, Mr. B. I mean, we've been really quick today. We haven't got a solo 11, but the availability goes like this. It looks like Maguire and Shaw are the only players that are really out. And as you know, Euro's come back into training. Ericsson had an injury. Mount had an injury, but they're back in training now. And it looks like we've got almost a full squad. So, yeah, looks promising. I expect to win tomorrow. I don't know much about this Greek side, but as said here, it looks like Shola is on loan there, not actually signed.
Well, explain to me how that is, because he left us on a free, right?
Stephanie, can you? Stephanie will be straining for some explaining then, if that's the case.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure his contract was up and he left us on a free.
Okay.
Because we were having a conversation yesterday backstage about who the player was, and our brains were both dead until I saw it this morning. It was like, oh my god, it's Shola.
Just Mr. B, want to give a shout out quickly to Rushmano. He's dropped in 5 memberships for us tonight, so he's back on the scene. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, so yeah, that's a
Rushmano. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it, brother.
V said here, I was initially dismayed at the sacking of Ten Hag. I've come to realise that Ineos have made the right decision. Amorim will do well at Man United. Let's get behind him. Yeah, agreed. Mr. B, I just want to ask you, do you trust the decision making of the club? Because they're saying, is there room for sentiment these days? Are we making right professional decisions in favour of improving the club? Or do you think we've still got that sort of culture where we sort of, touching people, bringing people in, freebies, VIPs and all that kind of thing, and giving people special treatment? How you feel about decision making lately?
I think it's been positive. I mean, obviously with the Ten Hag decision, if they had, look, in hindsight, I think the way that it's gone, it benefits them. If they had sacked him in after the FA Cup final, and the new manager had come in and been playing the form that Ten Hag's been playing, they would have taken a lot of criticism. So, like anything else, you give the people them enough rope to hang themselves, and he hung himself. So I think the decisions have been right. The player recruitment is the one that I'm not saying they were buying players for Amorim. I'm not going to sit here and say that to you, but
yeah,
a lot of they just say, oh, we can't play this, we can't play this. We've got the young centre back in Euro. All right, we haven't seen him play. Mason Mount for that formation, I think will do a good job.
Okay.
This is my opinion.
Yeah.
I think Rashford gets extended life being a battler for the lone striker position with Højlund. I think his skill set benefits that role. If you look at the chances that Gyökeres had yesterday, and think of Rashford in those positions, I think he'll be cover. I think Xerxes, the fact that he plays with 2 10s, I think it's going to be Xerxes. But I say this now, but you look at Ahmad, who was retained, he hasn't been sold.
Yeah.
Xerxes is the extra number 10, and obviously you've got Bruno, who is the archetypal number 10, but maybe he'll be the one who'll play lower. Maybe Kobe could play up there. So I'm quite positive with our recruitment, with what we did, and I'm not sure they were buying them for Ten Hag. And the final one, obviously, is the Agate one. He didn't want Agate. The club bought Agate.
Yeah.
He wanted my guy did Pony Amrabat, and they said no. So I think they were looking forward. I think maybe they were looking towards certain outcomes. And look, this is just me being positive. Somebody will sit down and tell me I'm talking absolute crap. But as I said, that was just my opinion. Yeah. So yeah, all in all, at the moment, I'm happy with the decisions that they're making. Obviously, the ones about letting the players, the manager, the staff losing their jobs.
Yeah.
Not really too happy with that, but you know, there's always some what do you call it, collateral damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's just part of the collateral damage there. To be fair,
So
what
the
are
question
your
was
what?
asked. The question
Yeah,
was asked there. That's the reason I'm asking you, because they were saying
mm.
about Ruud van Nistelrooy. We talked about his press conference and what he said, and they was asked about staying on. He said doesn't know. He said the right things, but do you think there's any room for him? And how do you think the club should go about it? Should they have any sentiment for what he's done at the club and what he's taken over to caretaker, or should they say, look, thank you and goodbye?
Sentiment. You got no time for sentiment in sport, and
Yeah,
even less when you put 1.6 billion pounds into something. I would be more than happy for Ruud to stay. I think, you know, I love him. That first game that he was in there where we played, I watched the whole watch along with a smile on my face, and
yeah,
that hasn't been. I can't say whenever that's been. I actually enjoyed looking at the comment. I'm sorry, I always enjoy looking at the comments. Don't get me wrong, but I enjoyed looking at the. Everybody just seemed so happy, and I think that was down to him. That wasn't down to Ten Hag being gone.
yeah.
That was actually down to him. So I want him to stay in some capacity, but the fact that my guy's walking with what goalie coach,
Mm.
fitness analyst, and somebody else, I think he's walking with 4 people.
Wow.
Where's where Rude ain't good, you know, 5 feet into a car, they can have their conversation. Rude's going to be the one outside, so I'm not sure there's going to be space for him. Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm not sure
Let's
there's going to be
talk. So
space
let's
for
do
him.
some comments quickly. So I want to say big up to Rich Sports. Oh, sorry, United TV. What are you calling yourself now, Rich? Is it United TV or Rich Sports? I'm not sure, but make sure you go and subscribe to his channel. He's saying we should at least win this one. Yeah, I agree. Arsenal are boring without Odegaard. They're missing their talisman. He makes them tick, says V. True. Lucky Singh saying, Ineos, glad, see, serious, another mini clear out. Lindelof, Luke Shaw, Anthony, and Santos. Anthony Santos. Oh, that's his name, isn't it? Uh, Odegaard was playing in the last few minutes for Arsenal just earlier on, and getting more unsafe about their futures.
Mm-hmm.
It's glad, says Lucky Singh. Looking for a mini clear out in January. We have home advantage, Ruud's influence, and what we need is another good performance, says Simon Warner. Yeah, totally agree with that. Just checked that Solar has moved. So, yeah, that's a correction there from Stephanie. Mr. B did point that out. V saying here, Mount is a workhorse and has the ability to strive, but he will not be able to stay fit. Hence why I've lost faith in him. Yeah, I think we all have that respect. I
Fair
think
enough.
Zerchi will either play or on the bench for tomorrow. We've got Chat Sports saying Rasmus is perfect for the next 2 games. Big chance for him to get some form. Especially, yeah, look, we beat Leicester by 5 goals. We expect to beat them again. And PAOK or whatever they are, surely we can beat them. Simon was saying PAOK will have Leicester in this after that game against the Greek side. We're gonna have Leicester. That's what I mean. It's gonna be okay. I'll play Haaland with She says Stephanie Griffiths. Man United need to do the right thing and bring in the Georgian winger, the Georgian George Best from Napoli. I'm not going to try and pronounce the name. We need someone who can unlock defenses and help provide the strikers with chances. Rashford and Garnacho cannot do that. That's from V. Yeah, we just spoke on that. Repeating thing, copy and text, copy and paste. Ahmad will strive under AMORIM. They're so talented. AMORIM will help him to find the self-belief he couldn't find under Ten Hag. There is a player there, isn't there, in our young Ahmad. If Zerchi does start, then he will be subbed in the second half, and Rashford will probably come on. So like for like, as you're saying there. And our people in
Like
favour
for
of the
like.
stadium. Yeah, just quickly, Mr. B, the new stadium chat. There was a poll. It looks like we're going to hold back a final decision until next spring. But there was a poll done by 50,000 United fans, and you can see there 52% declared support to build a new stadium rather than stay at the existing stadium and redevelopment, which was only 31%. So United TV Rich saying, are people in favour of a new stadium? We did ask the question, and it seems like people are going to the stadium, witnessing the stadium, like we did, went for our road trip, are saying they'd rather move on. How do you feel about it?
I want a new stadium.
Okay.
I want a shiny new toy. Maybe I'm not gonna be here to appreciate it, but I want a shiny new toy, man.
Okay. Left back in Jan would be nice, says Rushmano. Won't be watching and watch along tomorrow. We'll be in the pub, so definitely enjoy. Don't mind a new stadium, but it's a shame any of us aren't focused on trophies first. Make you wonder if their only motive is money. Well, business is about profit making, isn't it? You've got to try and make money. You wouldn't be in it to lose money, I imagine. So, yeah, I think that should be the driving force for any business to make money the best way they can. And if that means by being successful, then yeah, I'm all for it. All right, Mr. B, we haven't got Solo 11, but
we have. It's coming.
Oh, brilliant. We have. All right. Well, Solo has been busy and he has come true. Simon Warner saying here, if we can't get a new stadium and start issuing raincoats to fans on wet days, no doubt about it. All right. Yes, we have a Solo 11, guys. Check this out. This is for the game tomorrow. Considering we got Leicester on Sunday as well. Has Solo got it right? Is this the team you would play? Is this the shape you would play? Don't blame us. Blame Solo. Mr. B.
You heard it. You heard Yabba there first. Blame Solo. Yeah. He's gone strong. He's gone really strong. Obviously Onana. It's look. We'll go through the team and then. So we've got Onana. Back four. Mazraoui, Dalot. Start again. Onana, Dalot, De Ligt, Martinez, Mazraoui, Casemiro, and Ugarte. He's gone Ahmad, Bruno, Rashford, and Højlund. I think that's the first choice team. Yeah, but
no Garnacho.
Well,
big miss is Garnacho. He's been playing a lot lately.
Yeah, I just think that. I mean, maybe he thinks that thing he should be dropped, but I look at you need, what's the word? You need repercussions for bad choices.
Yeah.
And I think every decision he made the other day was for himself, and none of it was for the team. So I agree with that one. Midfield, I have no idea who Poak have in midfield. That's a lack of respect. But
yeah,
it is what it is. I'll show them the lack of respect that I think they're gonna get tomorrow. Look, Casemiro's been playing every game, so maybe he could be the one that could maybe be changed for Eriksen. Mount is back in full training. I don't see Mount starting under RUUD in any of the games that he's playing. And then obviously the back four is as strong as it's gonna get. What are you thinking? What should be changed?
There was a question earlier, I think by V, saying should Ruud van Nistelrooy be sort of blending the side to sort of imitate AMORIM, especially after just watched him yesterday. I mean, that was probably the most watched sporting game in the UK for a long time, away from home. So it's interesting that I think he will go with this sort of shape though, what he's familiar with, because he just wants to worry about his own results.
Yeah, I think he should.
Yeah, so whatever he fancies, I think he does fancy a 4. He's played at PSV, so I don't see any issues with that back 4. I would suggest maybe that Evans could get a run out. Maybe it depends on the quality. Do we really feel him that much? And it's Thursday night, and we've got a home game on Sunday, so there's no travelling so much. Casemiro, yep, he's been playing well. I must admit, he's come back in and shown his class. And then we've got AMORIM.
Has he been playing well, or is he getting?
Yeah, I thought he's played pretty well.
Or does he now have less ground to cover because he's got a partner who's willing to run?
Possibly. But that's a double pivot there, which is pretty strong. The two of them, pretty experienced as well. They both speak Portuguese, and they've probably got a good relationship in that respect as well. So I'm quite happy with that, and I think it's very strong in the Premiership as well, regardless, And then, ahead of that, obviously, how I feel about Xerxes. I think he needs game time to get fit and lose some weight and get that confidence back. This would be a great opportunity for him to start the game against a weaker team, possibly in the cup. So I would possibly, depending, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I would consider playing Xerxes just to give him some confidence against a weaker team, rather than throwing him in the Premiership. And a bit surprised with Garnacho. I think he got pelters just for one off game. Suddenly,
yeah, but I'm going to ask you something. I know you said obviously he's got pelters for one bad game, but the only way If you don't hear, you must feel. This is what my mum used to say to me.
Yeah.
And I just feel that there's no way a coach was telling him, don't pass. Brother, and then when he has the opportunity, the easy ones, he's kicking it off his shin. I understand he's young, but if you're good enough, you're old enough, is what they say. And then when you're old enough, age don't make no difference. You understand? So it's age ain't nothing but a number when we want him in the team. And then when he's missing all of these chances, oh, it's because he's so young. No, he should be ready to play. He should be ready to play, and he should be held to the same standard as the other forwards in our team. You know what I mean? He's greedy, man.
Rushmano's saying here, pretty sure Garnacho is playing with an injury. His leg's been strapped for the last few weeks now, so maybe that's something to do with it, Mr. B.
I get it. I do understand that, but me as a player, if I see somebody running around with a bandage on their knee, I'm going to kick the knee. Don't wear the bandage.
Sweep the leg.
That little
Sweep the
strip,
leg, as they say. Yeah.
yeah, that little black strip that he's got around the top of his ankle.
Yeah.
I reckon that's for show, man. What's that gonna stop the Yabba? It's not like he's got a big one on, like a big knee brace. Tell me, what's that little strip of plaster supposed to do?
Yeah.
Is it strategically placed to be on the nerve ending? You know what I mean?
I'm not sure. I think what I would like to see is Ahmad get the same run of games that Garnacho seems to get, and then we will see the what he can offer, what goals, assists, and what he can do in games. Because he has a spell, then he gets dropped. He's like that fool guy that always seems to get dropped. Whereas Garnacho has got more sort of standing, I think, in the club. Kieran's saying here, I have no doubts how good this manager is, and I know how negative I can be. So there you go. Simon's saying here, we need to be out of the trap straight away and go for the jugular. As I made there was a joke the other day about what do you do if you get jumped by a group of clowns? Go for the jugular.
Oh,
yeah,
but
that's just funny. Just United TV said here, is anyone expecting a couple of sporting players to come to United? We did touch
I hope
that.
not.
Yeah,
it would make it easier for AMORIM, but sometimes easy is not the best. We've already had a manager bring in 12 bagger man that he used to work with.
Yeah.
And now he's gone and left them here. So no, I mean, look, the thing is, he's a coach. He don't really have much saying what's happening. So if a player comes in from Portugal, or from his club, then I'm not sure it's really going to be his decision. Yeah, it would make things easy, but then if we're going back there, they're going to be charging us an arm and a leg.
Yeah,
there has to be another player out there who can do the job of the player that, or a clone version of what he's looking for,
I'm sure as well that AMORIM's got like a good scouting network of Portuguese players, and there could be someone who's playing in Portugal who's coming up through the ranks who he knows about who would be a good fit. Kieran's saying here you won't see the same result as Ten Hag support this manager. We can cook. We've got Simon saying here, I'm hoping for a 2-0 lead at halftime and not to drop our guard and in a second because Poak will pounce on us. There's a sporting chance, says Stephanie Griffiths to Rich. Personally, I would bench Garnacho and play Rashford on the left and Ahmad on the right. Super sub Garnacho. That's from Rushmano. We've got Kieran saying the Swedish striker, what a player he looks. I don't know. It's a bit deceptive. I'm not convinced.
You weren't either.
No, are you not? Okay, snap. Yeah, I just think he's scoring goals in Portugal. Yeah, transfer it over here. Remember Jardel? He used to get a goal a game in Porto, and he came to Bolton and didn't really score much. Let's see a performance like.
I'm not saying we've got better. I'm not going to say we've got better at the club, but I just feel that won't be the position, or that can't be a position that he is looking for. Højlund, we've just spent 70 odd million.
Wow.
We're already, we're already going to lose money off Anthony. I can't believe that they're not going to try and let Højlund work. I think he'll do it. I'm not going to say he's going to thrive, but if that's, I think he'll do a good job.
Well, saying that, because obviously I see some similarities with Højlund's strong running with the Swedish striker at Sporting. But United TV saying here, will we see Xerxes, Ahmad play more under the new manager?
I would hope so. If he's playing with, people are talking about two number 10s, whether they inverted wing. I look, we'll have to see how it goes. But if he's playing with 2 10s, we don't have that much 10s at the club. But again, this is going to be I hope he coaches somebody that we don't expect to be playing in there. We're thinking, oh my God. I'm just glad Scott's gone, because I would hate to think that he would have found the space for Scott in there,
We've got Kieran saying here, put it this way, he scored more goals with Rasmus, so he prefers a Swedish striker. Rushmana saying the players we need it's not a left back anymore. With this system, probably what do we call it, a wing back or wide guy, or so it's left back, a right winger, 2 midfielders, and a striker.
Another 5 players. I mean, when are we ever just going to play? Why is anybody going to be able to think?
I read today that AMORIM, obviously at Sporting Lisbon, they're selling club. They've sold so many players over recent years. The left back to PSG. They've sold. Who's the guy who's playing at Fulham? The midfielder, Cruncher.
So again, who's
the guy playing at Fulham? They sold him now to Bayern Munich.
Oh, Paulinho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was at Sporting as well. Obviously, Ugarte as well. And there's a lot of players that come and go. But what he's been doing is just buying specialist players. Because of the system he has, he no messing about. He goes to buy a player that will fit the system. It's quite easy for him. So some players, says V, think Haaland is a Haaland copy. Only a left-footed version. AMORIM could do well, could get him to do well. Okay, yeah. Strong running. I mean, it seems to work. They look like carbon copies to me. AMORIM will get Xerxes and others playing. Yeah, let's hope so. The players will be motivated after seeing. I'm really disappointed, says V. I haven't had my daily dose of negativity from Andy Williams. Can't laugh. Okay. Where is Andy, by the way? We haven't seen him. Andrew bet at £1,000 on Trump losing. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Yeah, obviously, knows big US election last night. Trump is the winner. And we've got Kieran saying here, people say Gorka could be another Haaland. He's 26 now, isn't he? United TV, I'm not surprised. Didn't think Trump would win either. They tried to kill him, for God's sake. He got shot in the ear, didn't he, apparently. Chatsport saying he won't, but half the team is in need of 2 seasons within the Prem. Rushman is saying Casemiro and Exxon will be moved on there, not the future. And we are a mix players, 3 different leagues. What we don't want to do is be like what Ten Hag did and start buying all these Ajax players. I don't really want to see Sporting players. Let's bring some proven Premiership players or someone we don't know about, bring them in and start developing them. Or better still, develop some youngsters and bring them through. This is what Sporting do. So hopefully we can see that as well. He might find someone attractive in the youths and say, yeah, you're the guy for me, and develop them, bring them through. That's what I really would like to see. Mr. B, we're going to wrap it up very soon. So can you give us a scoreline? Even granted, we don't know much about our opponents, but we're looking strong. And RUUD van Nistelrooy is leading them out at Old Trafford. A European night. Surely it's got to be a win. Don't give us a draw or a loss, please.
4-0.
Oh, that's nice. I'm
going 4-0. You know what? The players are going to be screwing that they've had all of these chances. Their XG is the best, or their miss XG, I don't know what they would call it, X not G or whatever it is the highest in the league. Means that we're creating chances.
Yeah.
They're just not. You know what? They've sat down, they've had a chat, and RUUD said to them, you see when your man is in front of goal, just relax.
Yeah.
Just relax. Don't snatch. You know what I mean? Get the connection right, and the goals will flow and the goals will follow. This is what I'm saying. This is what I know he said to them. So I'm going 4-0, 100% positive of the win, and more the fact that it's gonna be raining goals at Old Trafford tomorrow.
Not just leaking roofs. Simon Wallace going 3-1, another sort of convincing win. Same as Rushmano, he's gone for 3-1 as well. Do you want to give a shout out to Mags? He says we have to win tomorrow night, man. Is it to do? Yeah, because where we haven't.
But I'm telling you, if we don't win tomorrow, forget about even that 60th place or 26 or whatever the last position is. I don't care how we get through. If we have to play the extra 2 games that we're gonna have to play anyway, fine, play the extra 2 games, but don't let us be not in Europe come the next the fun round when all. when all the decisions count. You know what I
We've
mean?
had our tough games already, so I'm sure we're going to get through. We got 4-0 here from Kieran, same as you, Snap. V saying here, yeah, but I was only joking earlier on. By the way, was that about?
Remind us, V.
I can't remember. It doesn't matter. I've got thick skin. Vincent saying here 5-1. Yeah, I'd like to see that. That'd be nice. 4 to AMORIM and 1 to the Cheats. Talking about that. Those Sky Blues across the way. 6-1 United, says Stephanie Griffiths. Yeah, it's going to be a thrashing. 3-0 United playing RUUD ball with the RUUD boys. That's what we want to see. RUUD boys, we should be calling them. Are we doing a lot watch along tomorrow, Mr. B?
Oh yes, and guess what? I won't be falling asleep midstream.
Good.
So yeah, I can't believe it. I turned and I saw the clock. I said, oh no.
It doesn't matter.
It was them. I blame them. 100% them. No, we 100% be back on there tomorrow.
I started alone. I just thought, let me just get this done because I was like 12 minutes in and I could see the comments. They were getting crazy. I'm leaving. I'm about to leave. I'm walking out the door. That's what I think. So I thought, let me get started. Rush Mano, big up to you, man. Last comments. I'm just going to read them out before we shout out everyone and go. Malasia is on his way back, coming back from injury. Could feature in the under-21 soon. Take time. Don't rush it. Mags, how you doing, Mags? He's saying we got a new manager. I'm happy, so happy right now. We have to get 3 goals and 1 goal to them. So he's going for a 3-1 win. Watch along is a thumbs up. Yep, it could be going down tomorrow. Kieran's saying here, you guys, no, Kieran, you're awesome. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Make sure you kill the game off. Cheers, everyone. This is Chat Sport as well. Big up to United TV. Big up to Rush Mano as well. Last comment. Oh, it's not almost. Be amazed if he does, Rich, being out so long. Talk about Malacia and Arsenal, Man City lost. Ha, 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 ha. Evil laugh from Mags as well. We'll be back tomorrow. It's 8 o'clock kickoff. And we'll be back after the game as well. If anyone wants to jump on to talk about the game post-match and talk about the RUUD boys, you know, he's got 2 more games.
And the goal fest that will be happening. Yeah, there's going to be a glut. There's going to be a glut. I can feel it in my bones, man. And
Mr. B, remember that road trip we had to Man United? Well, Tyrone's volunteered to take us in his car if we ever want to go again. So you said it, Tyrone. It's here on the comments. Don't back out now.
Okay, well, I'll tell you that was one of the most painful journeys coming back that I've ever had coming back.
Why? Wait. I've already spoken about this, but why was it the most painful journey on the way back?
Brother, there was no, the vibe. We were so happy going up and going back. Like, space was like sourpuss, man.
And then I gave a reason why I was like pained on my way back. Do you know what that reason was?
Go on, let me hear this now. Go on.
Someone was constantly chatting in my ear when I was shivering. Do you know who that was?
Solo,
yeah, of course, yeah. Lacanoche, everybody, Lacanoche. I need to get this right. Yeah, Lacanoche. We'll see you tomorrow. Come on, United. We want a big scoreline. Thanks, Mr. B. Thanks to all you guys in the comments, especially thanks to Rush Mano. We're out. See you tomorrow.